Hello, everyone. I am Julietta, the Magical PT, with my partner in crime, Allison Mancini, our wellness specialist. And welcome to the Being Wonder Woman podcast, where we support modern-day women, Wonder Women, in developing their superpowers and acquiring the tools they need to achieve all their desires. Join us each week as we interview amazing women in the community to share their insights and how they use their tools to achieve their desires. Today, we are joined by Amanda Lippman. I'm so excited you are here. You are like one of the most energetic, amazing women I know. And so can you please introduce yourself? Let our audience know who you are, what you do.
Hi, everybody. I've been magnetized by Julietta. That's how I'm here. But over the past 17 years, I've been selling radio for a huge media company down here in Miami. And I started selling sports. And I'm definitely not a sports fan. So that was like the first step that showed me that if you can sell anything. And the evolution of it has now grown to about 7 radio stations and a digital platform and events and all that good stuff. And then in between, I have a lot of side hustles. I sell what I'm passionate about, anything that has to do with yoga. I had my own yoga clothing line for 5 years. I had no idea. I don't even know how to draw, let alone no clothing school techniques, no measurement talents over here. So with the power of my other powerful people around me, we made dreams happen. I went to China. And now I think I'm on my trail of just saving every single dog I can possibly save. And now it's cats. And I never really liked cats. And I still don't, but I'm still down to save them. Mm-hmm. So I think I found my more of my spiritual purpose over the past 20 years, but I've been an avid women empowering, like attracts like, you can until you can type of person. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, and that's why I invited you here today. Super excited to have you. So the format of our show is we have 4 questions that we ask every guest that comes on. And so we're going to dive right into these questions. The first one, Amanda, is what is your superpower, or what would you choose your superpower to be?
Loving. Just loving everything, big, small, pretty, ugly. There's beauty in everything. There's a chance in everything. I've been through some pretty ugly things in my life where I would really dislike me if I were a friend of mine. The coolest thing though is getting past it and watching them now love you more than they ever did. Mm-hmm. So just being open to just loving at all times, good and bad.
I love you so much for saying that. I mean, like we have a total love fest.
Me too.
And I have a love fest with Allison as well. Like that's why we're here. Like we are powerful, loving women, and I believe that love is the only thing that is going to make life worth living. It's the only thing that's going to heal this planet. And so everybody out there that can spread more love, like I got you. I got your back. We're going to make this happen.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And it's not easy. Like I used to love what I did for a living more than I do now. And my whole job has, Julietta and I talk about it every 3 weeks. It's always a topic of discussion. And I've had to now refigure out a way to love what I do. And you know what? I'm not going to be able to double what I did 2 years ago, but I'm going to just do the best I can do. Mm-hmm. Because it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I love how you said that though, because as you were saying your superpower was love, I'm like, yeah, that is awesome. But that's not always easy. Like that's not always, it's not, you know what? I think people think love, like I'm just going to feel like it. I'm just going to want, you know what I mean? And sometimes you have to, like you just said, you got to look for it. You got to really find it.
Or all these happy people, like they're always happy. She's so positive all the time. Julietta can look at me, say something, and I start crying. It's not always easy. I argue with my boss. I battle, but in the end, I have to come back to that love and acceptance. I have to.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
All right. Question number 2. What is a book that has greatly influenced your life?
The Secret. It is a book. I watched the movie, but it is a book,
Yeah,
right?
it's a book and a movie. Yeah.
Okay. So The Secret, The Power of Intention kept me alive in some times that I didn't understand. I didn't understand what it meant that there is a silver lining. There is a bigger purpose. Every single thing, me rescuing a 9-year-old dog, my mom says, Amanda, it's going to die soon. It's not going to give you its best life. And I'm like, but I'm going to give it its best life.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing that, like, and always when I was growing up, death has always been, it's still definitely not my favorite thing, but I never would have rescued an older dog or a dog that needed love or a dog that bites me. I have scars on my hands, but they just need the love. They just, so like there is a silver lining. There always is a silver lining, but you have to find it. So The Secret taught me a lot of secrets.
I love that book because it opened up so many people that never would have been exposed to that kind of thought process. And, some people that are further along in the process have criticized that book, like it's too simple, it's too whatever. To me, that book is so powerful because it is that entry-level book that allows everybody to get in and jump in and understand the power of your thoughts, the power of intention. And, so if you're out there listening to this podcast and you haven't read that book, or if you don't like to read, watch the movie.
I watched the movie.
Yeah, I think it's on like Netflix or Amazon, or it's on one of those. I know I've seen it.
Yeah, you can always find it. So yeah, thank you for bringing that book up and sharing with that, because it's a powerful entry level to transitioning into, yeah.
And also, if I were to like be a child, which I can be all the time, I'd say The Giving Tree, because I think that's
love that.
That's one of my other superpowers is just giving. I mean,
you are a giver.
I just listen and I give.
Yeah.
So The Giving Tree would be one. Again, it's the old man, the everyone just give peace a chance, people. Give peace a chance.
Oh, I love you.
I love you. And I love you too, Allison.
Thanks. I love you too.
Yay. All right. Ready for question number 3. What is your favorite self-care practice?
Yoga.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that when you said you created yoga clothes.
Yoga. I mean, if I'm not there 6 days a week, something's going on. But I found I've been practicing at the yoga joints, there's a bunch of them around. And in the past 2 years, I moved up to Boynton Beach and I found my sanctuary up here that has totally changed everything. My body, my mind, my practice. It's called Anyatara Yoga here in Delray. And it is life. My boss knows I've been in sales my whole life. My boss knows it. If it's 4:30 and you can't get in touch with me, you know where I am. You want me to not go, then be okay with me going in the morning if you need me in the afternoon. Like, it is my temple. It's where I set my intentions. It's where I set my, my goals for myself. I pray there. I try to manifest things. I'll let you know if they happen, but
I love how you're tying it into like, because oftentimes people see yoga as just exercise or it's just stretching.
That's what it was when it Bikram yoga 15 years ago. That's what it was for me.
But like it's evolved into so much more. And I love that because that's what yoga is meant to be. And, we bring things.
I know, it's like that aha moment that, oh, this is what I've been doing for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of the place in Delray again?
Anyatara. Do you want to come with me? I'd love to bring you.
I just might have to join you.
Okay.
Yoga's my fave. I love it.
Oh, then please go with me. Please.
Okay.
We'll talk offline.
And we'll drag Julietta too. She does yoga.
She's gonna kill me though, but whatever. She'll just do a spell. She'll cast a spell and like her body will move, her muscle will move, and she'll be like, "It's fine, I'm fine."
A lot of people don't know. I used to teach yoga, Iyengar yoga, back in the day, like 20 years ago. Crazy.
Obviously, when you were who? What person were you then?
I don't know. I've been to so many people. But All right. Fourth and final question is, how do you create accountability in your life?
Scheduling my accountability. I might be late to sessions with you, but I have never missed one. And I'm just late because of traffic and I'm going from Boynton to Fort Lauderdale. But I am super, super reliant on my calendar. And if I make plans with you, or if I set something down or write lists, I'm a big list writer. I will follow through. Like my boss, for instance, every morning I have to do a write-up for her on what I'm going to do that day later on. And I'm normally like, oh, this is brutal. Don't tell her this. But in the end, it helps me. It helps me remember what I have to do. I'm all over the place.
So your schedule and your list, are you doing these like handwritten on paper or are you using digital?
So my meetings for work are digital. My to-dos are lists all over the house, all over. Brad wants to kill me. Or I send myself email as reminders, and I don't do it unless once the email's deleted, that means I've done it. So I think just with sales having to juggle so many different things, I've dropped some balls in the past, but I have
We're human.
But I think I hold myself accountable by doing routine things, by making sure I'm in yoga every day. If I don't want to go, of course I give myself a break. But then if I don't want to give myself a break and I'm like, and I go, I'm happy I went. Mm-hmm. And also setting priorities. This has been I'd say mostly in terms of work, because anything outside of work, I make sure to get done. And if I have to cancel something, I will plan a new date with you that day. I won't leave until we have another date to play again.
So you don't cancel, you reschedule.
I reschedule. I don't let the opportunity go because it's time that I want to spend. And that's one of my love languages, I think, is spending time. So yeah, sticking to a routine and writing reminders, because I am human and I will forget it all. Mm-hmm. So I think
I have lists going.
What about you? Do you have lists all over the place?
I do. I know I do. Julietta, she writes right on her desk. She has one of those glass top desks.
Yeah.
And she uses those pens and writes right on them. Like, I love it.
Yeah. I love that ability because I'm not using paper, which comes from trees. I'm just marking on here. And when something's done, I can erase it off of my desk and relax. And, it's interesting for me as I'm aging here. I used to have the craziest memory. I would remember everything. I used to have 10 therapists working for me. I knew their schedule all day, every day, for weeks at a time. And like, my front desk person would come to me, oh, there's this patient calling, they need an appointment, I don't know where to put her. Like, I wouldn't even see the schedule. I would just say, put her on so-and-so's schedule on such day at such and such time. And she's like, how do you even know that's available? I'm like, trust me, go look and put it there. Like, I could remember everything, but now, since I turned 50 a few years ago, like, my memory is not what it used to be. And so it's a new skill that I'm having to learn, to put things in my calendar, to write things down, to make lists. And I'm going to say it's not easy teaching an old dog new tricks, but I'm having to learn that. I'm like, if I could go back to my young self, I'd be like, even though your memory's good, start writing stuff down so you develop the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
Because I have found myself like forgetting important things, and I feel so bad. And it's like, what's wrong with me?
Write it down. Just write it down.
And then, but it's like I said, because I've never written things down, for 50 years, I didn't write things down. I didn't need to. It's like interesting having to learn that new skill of writing stuff down. Because it's
so simple.
It is a skill,
right.
And yes, it's simple, but it's a habit, and a habit that I didn't create. So I wish I had created that in my younger days so that it would be easier to do now. And and also I'm having to learn the skill of like asking for forgiveness, because I have forgotten things and I'm like, dang, how did I forget that? Like that person is important to me. That thing was important to me. How did I forget? And I have to remind myself I'm human, and sometimes we do forget stuff, but I am learning to write stuff down, and I love writing it on my desk. Like, that's just super cool.
And you know what else I started doing too? You made a comment about this, Amanda, with your emails, because I have 3 different emails. I get tons of emails every day.
You have 2 different computers, girlfriend, right?
I know, right? So I'm like all over the place. But I had the same problem. Like, I would read an email, and in my head I'd go, okay, yeah, I'll get to that later today. Right? No, I'm going to be 50 next week. So I'm like, that's not happening anymore. So now I started flagging my emails. If I know I have to go back and do something with them, they get flagged. And then twice a day, I go back through those emails and look at, prioritize, okay, what has to get done right now. And then once I'm done with it, like you said, Amanda, I get rid of the email. It's done. It's out of my mind. Yeah.
So Julietta, while I am a vegetarian, a dog lover, an environmental friendly person, I love to throw things out. So part of the writing down, I love to throw it out. So I respect that, and I wish I could get it, but it's like, one less paper. Let's go. Write it down. Write something else down now.
Yeah, no, it does feel good when you can purge.
I need to hear about what you do with dogs.
Okay.
I am a dog lover. I just got a puppy, and I've had dogs my entire life. So what is it that you do with dogs?
So my whole life, I became a vegetarian when I was 6, and I'm 38 because I loved animals. And then as I got older, I had the puppy from the breeder and the Malteses, and great. And one passed away, one developed parvo and died. And
that's awful.
And I just always donated money everywhere I donated to, while I have family members who have passed from heart issues, cancer, blah, blah, blah. My money goes towards Humane Society or Big Dog Ranch Rescue or Gook Karma or 100 Plus. And he's really now I'm trying to give to smaller rescues or fosters. But it's my passion. It is truly my passion. So blessings, blessings, blessings. Through work, I was able to tie in Tito's Handmade Vodka, which is the vodka for dog people. Every advertising they do, they mention a charity. They're one of the most unbelievable companies in the world. They spend $30,000 on something, but they're messaging for a rescue. It's the most beautiful thing. And that was a random number. So they connected me to Big Dog Ranch Rescue, which happens to be in Palm Beach, which I wasn't living up here at the time. And their goal is to rescue and foster out 5,000 dogs a year. It's a no-kill shelter. So I became a volunteer right away, but I also did a lot of on-air and cross-promotion over the radio for them.
Okay.
So And then in addition to that, when I lost, what really put me in big shoes there is when I lost my blind dog about 2.5 years ago. One of my girlfriends from California, because of everything I did, everyone knew about Gracie. She was, I documented her. She was blind, lived till she was 14. She was amazing.
Aww.
My girlfriend started what's it called? Like a foundation, not a foundation, a memorial, and it raised $3,300 in like 12 days. And we donated all the money to Big Dog. So right then I'm like a big donor, right? Not a huge donor, but I'm a nice sized donor. So I kind of just started volunteering my time there, and I ended up getting 2 dogs from there. And I've just become very, very, very involved. At the same time, Facebook, all social media knows how to target me. So you've got every single local rescue ads showing up with a convenient donate button. And I've now moved the automatic $25 to $5 because I press donate maybe 5 or 6 or 7 times a week. I don't even know. It depends on the situation.
Wow.
And a lot of it recently has been Gook Karma and 100+ because I know what's going on at Big Dog Ranch and I have like my hands in there. So there's just like I bring it back, there's just, my dogs they're amazing. One of them I was just looking at them. They're both from Puerto Rico. Big Dog Ranch goes to Puerto Rico a couple times a year and brings back transports. And my dog has 1 tooth and a tongue that hangs out of her mouth. And like I said, her name's Pearl, and then the other one's Ruby, and they're both old ladies, and they're my gems. And like, I have probably rehomed, brought 15 people over to Big Dog in the past 6 or 7 months. And I'm just, whatever I can do, it's my heart, and I feel like that's my purpose, but I can't make money doing that. So I got a lot of hustles going on over here.
So wait, tell me the names of the 3. It's Big Dog.
Gook Dog Ranch Rescue, Gook Karma Pet Rescue. This is another cool one. The Humane Society of Greater Miami. They actually are a client of mine. So I developed this rescue T-shirt that I designed with a girlfriend of mine. And we probably donated $1,000 to the Humane Society of Greater Miami with all the sales of it. So, and they're a client on the radio with me. So they find me, I find them.
What's the other one? The 100 dogs?
100+. I think it's 100+ Everglades, 100 something.
Is that true about dogs getting put in left in the Everglades?
Yes.
Oh God! Oh my gosh! It just makes me so upset.
That's how this 100+ started.
I've heard of that one.
It's amazing. They're amazing. I just saw someone I think Gook Karma rescued a cat last night off of 95. You don't even know.
But all these are no-kill. I'm assuming all these are no-kill shelters.
All of those are. Yep. Okay. Yep.
I'm just sharing it with our audience. That's why I'm
amazing. Thank you. So awesome. Listen, and $5. $5 helps. You spend coffee. You spend $5 on coffee. Donate $5 to one of these.
I agree.
So that's my shtick on dogs.
Awesome.
That's your shtick, and you're sticking to it.
Yeah.
I love
All
it.
right. So the last thing we do on our podcast is talk about our takeaways. So, Allison, what is your takeaway for today?
I think the biggest thing that stood out to me was when Amanda made the comment of, not totally always loving what she's done, but finding a way or finding that part of it. Because I think this is speaking for older, I hate saying that, older women, but I'm gonna be 50. So, we've been through a lot. We've had a lot of experiences. We've probably done a lot of different things. Like Amanda said to you, Julietta, which life was that in? We've all had a lot of experiences, and some are better than others. And I think a misconception a lot of our youth have, and this is coming from a mom of young adult children, is that you're always going to love what you do. And you may not always love what you do, but there are ways to make it work and to find ways to enjoy parts of what you do. And so I think that's probably my biggest takeaway that we talked about today.
What I love watching here with Amanda is like, as busy as she is, and even like today, like, you know, we had to jump on last minute because we didn't have like people step up to be on the podcast today. And I reached out to her last minute, and because she's such a giver, even though she was super busy today, like she found time to make it happen. And it's the same thing. She's super busy, but she finds time for her animals. She's super busy and she finds time for her friends. And I also love that she's super busy and she finds time for herself. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what Wonder Women do. And so giver, giver, giver. Love you, Amanda.
Love you. Can I tell you my takeaway?
Yes, that's what's next. Your takeaway.
I touch my face too much.
Your face had me touching it too.
This was probably the longest I've gone in a really long time without checking my phone or my email.
All right.
I was very spontaneous in doing this. I had no idea that this was even going to be live. I didn't even know this. Okay.
It's awesome.
But most importantly, time flies when you're having fun, and this was amazing. And I'm honored and I'm humbled, and I'm so grateful that I'm loved by you, Jewel, and obviously you're coming to yoga with me. So there's some trust there. So this has been amazing, and I'm empowering myself, I feel like.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll chat later about yoga because I'm definitely okay.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Amanda, for joining us. Thank you for all of our viewers and all the viewers that are going to see this in the future. I want to invite everybody to go to our YouTube channel, Being Wonder Women, and please subscribe. We need more subscribers so we can like upgrade our account. So, and Allison's been very diligent about, you know, sharing in the comments all the important information from this podcast. So go check out the books, check out the dog shelters and rescues. And thank you again, Amanda, for joining us today.
And I'll put the links to the rescues. I'll find their websites and get their links in there.
And I'll comment. I'll go on it right now. And if there are any questions, I can always comment too.
Awesome.
I just touched my face again.
I do my hair a lot. I am always messing with my hair. So
well,
that's
that too.
When my hair is down, I do, but I braided it today. So, all right. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you for joining us. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.